Okay, so now we're at H-E-B because we're going to come get the ingredients. We should probably have fresh ingredients before we start the recipe so that it tastes a lot better than it would if we used ingredients we already had in the house. Now we're in the fruit section. We're here to get the fresh fruit to put in the crepes. You can use strawberries, bananas, apples, pretty much anything you want. I'm going to use strawberries and bananas in the ones I'm making today, so let's go get some fruit. Okay, here we are with the strawberries. I'm going to try and find a good box of strawberries to use. You generally want to look and see if there's no mold on them or anything, so this one looks like a pretty good box here, so I'm going to take this box to use with our recipe today. Okay, now we're getting bananas. These two look good. Okay, now we're going to the dairy section to get whipped cream and milk. So here's our whipped cream and milk that we got. We got whole milk just so it's probably going to taste better than skim milk, even though it might be a little more fattening. So now I'm in the baking goods department. I'm here to pick up some fillings for the crepes. And we're going to get chocolate here to use as filling as a topping. So I'm going to get this Baker's Bittersweet Chocolate. And then next I need some mini chocolate chips to put on the top of the crepes. And finally I need some specialty dark chocolate chips for the fillings. Okay, here we are at the checkout. We have everything we need. So now we're going to check out and bring it home and start making the crepes. Now we came back from the store and it looks like we have everything we need to get started. So let's start by making the batter for the crepes themselves. Like always when you cook, you need to wash your hands. So I'm going to wash my hands real quick before we get started to prevent germs from getting in the food and keeping everything nice and clean, because I don't think anybody would like to eat crepes if they were made with people that didn't wash their hands. Okay, let's get started. Okay, first thing we need to do to get started is crack the eggs. So we have 8 eggs here that we're going to crack into the bowl. So there's 1. 2. I'm using 8 eggs because we're making a double batch. Because we're making a double batch, instead of using 4, we're making a double batch. Instead of using 4, we're going to use 8 eggs. 4. 5. 6. 7. Now we need to whisk the eggs so they're all nice consistency. So I'm going to whisk them up. Nice even consistency, break all the yolks, get everything nice and... Okay, now we're going to get 2 2/3 cups of milk, so for the 2 cups, there we go, add it to the eggs, and then we need 2/3 cups of milk for the recipe, so... And there we go. And then we're going to take, there we go, 2/3 and mix it all up again. Just, you don't need to mix it too much, but can't do it too hard or it'll spill over the edge. So there we go. Next we're going to have to add the butter and all the dry ingredients. So let's get started. Now we're going to cut the butter. We need 4 tablespoons of butter, so let's cut it right about here, so that's around the 4 tablespoon mark. Yep. And we're going to stick it in the cup and bring it over to the microwave to melt it. 30 seconds, that should be enough time then. Now while it's melting, we are going to get the 2 cups of flour. So here's the flour. And we need 2 cups of it, so just level it off here. 1 cup, and a little more. There's 2 cups of flour. There's the butter that's done. So we can go get the butter after the flour. Flour, and we also need 4 tablespoons of white sugar. So let's get that real quick. Tablespoon. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if that's done, let's go get the butter real quick. See if that's ready, or if we can put it on for a little bit longer. And it's good. So finally we add the butter, and then we're going to mix this all up, and we're going to have the batter for the crepe. So, okay, finally we're going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to mix it up. And there's a teaspoon of salt. And mix it up. You can't do it too hard, but obviously we want to get it to a nice, consistent mixture. Okay, so we've been stirring it for a while, and now it looks pretty well mixed. Took us about 10 minutes to stir it, so we obviously don't want to put that in the video, but now it's got a nice, consistent filling. We are going to put some saran wrap on it, and we're going to put it in the fridge for an hour, or until the toppings are done. So just saran wrap over the top. Okay, and we'll stick it in the fridge and we'll move on to the fillings. Now we're going to make the chocolate filling for one of the crepes. So first we need 6 ounces of heavy cream. So we're going to fill it with 6 ounces. And then it also says we need to chop up 6 ounces of bittersweet chocolate, the chocolate we bought at the store. So a bunch of chocolate. And salt. So we're going to put the chocolate and the cream inside of a pot and melt them together to create the filling for the s'mores crepe. So pour it in, and then turn the temperature around medium-high, and we just need to watch it and stir it till it gets to a nice smooth consistency. So it might take a while, but melt the chocolate in with the cream and we'll get the filling. Now I'm making the marshmallow filling for the s'mores crepe. So we're going to fill this 1 cup measuring cup full of marshmallow spread. I use Jet Puffed from, I think it says Kraft. You can use any marshmallow spread, or you can make your own marshmallow spread at home to use. I just use this because it's easier and I don't have to make something else. So we're going to fill it. That's about a cup, and then put it in the bowl. And then we're going to use 3/4 a teaspoon of water, warm water, and we're going to mix these together, and it should come out nice and smooth like the batter over there did. So there's one, and okay, we're going to make the crepes now. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the heat up to about medium-low, and this pan that we're going to use is a 12-inch nonstick skillet. And what we're going to do to get started is we need to brush the bottom of the pan with oil. So we're just going to brush the bottom of the pan with oil so that the crepe doesn't stick. A little bit more. Maybe get a little bit of the sides as well. But there we go, okay. Okay, so now we're going to get a ladle full of the crepe batter, and we are going to pour it into the pan and swirl it around to give it a nice uniform layer on the bottom of the pan. It's good, and we're going to let it heat up for a while now, and in about a minute we'll be ready to flip it over, and then we'll have our first crepe. been about a minute now. We're going to just check underneath and see if it looks like it's ready to be flipped or not. And don't know if you can see that, but it needs a little bit longer. We need to get it till it's about a golden brown on one side, and then we can flip it over. So, okay, so we checked, and it's golden brown on the other side. So we're going to flip it over, and now we're going to let it sit for around half a minute, maybe a minute, and then this crepe will be done, and we'll move on to the next one. So we moved on to the second crepe, and I skipped some of the video for it, but you pretty much can just go back to the first crepe if you need to reference something. This crepe looks pretty much done, so we're going to take it off of the pan, and we're going to stick it on the plate, and we need to put wax paper in between them so that they don't stick together. And then after this, we can put them back on and start putting the fillings into the crepes. Okay, now we have 2 crepes done, so I'm going to flip one back onto the stove, and we're going to put the fillings in there now while it's hot to keep everything nice and warm. So I'm going to add a couple spoons of chocolate. You can add as much as you want. I think 1 spoon will be good for this batch right here. And we're going to spread it evenly throughout the crepe using a spatula, trying to make sure you get an even coat around the entire crepe. And this is probably going to be hard just because it's chocolate. It's not that easy to spread, but just do your best. And if some gets in the pan, it doesn't really matter. You can clean that out before you make your next one. And now we're going to add the marshmallow filling from the marshmallow batter that we made. And this one actually sticks to the spoon. It's incredibly hard to get off, so you might need to scrape it off with a utensil like I'm doing. And then this one's also hard to spread, so you're probably going to want to just roll it up afterwards. Like, spread it as best you can, maybe mix it together, and then roll it up afterwards. Either way you do it, it's going to taste the same. I mean, it just depends on your preference. And again, put as much or as little as you want. Maybe if someone doesn't want s'mores in there, they just want the chocolate, well then maybe just put chocolate in there. Now we're going to flip it and fold it in half, and then we're going to fold it in half again. Okay, we're going to fold it in half. There's one, and it's getting a little well done on the edges, but that's okay. And we're going to fold it in half one more time. And there we go. And now we're going to put it on the plate, and it's ready to be served, pretty much. Put your toppings on there if you wanted any, like whipped cream maybe. And yeah, so I hope you liked the video. More will be coming soon. I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope you learned how to make crepes. Bye.